Howdy.
We in the building with Mr. Butler himself.
You're in a very wilted, very moldy building, but we are still standing.
What I say? Actor, director extraordinaire. I have to say extraordinaire. I got to put that on there.
Okay, I'll take extraordinary, even though
genius.
I'm not sure everyone would agree with you, but I'll take that for sure.
They got to.
They got it. Okay.
Yeah. We know about the Baby Uzi source. I ain't about to go there first.
Right. Okay.
First, we have to say we got to go all the way back.
Okay.
You started in the film business at age what?
17. I moved to Hollywood from Central California to try and become an actor with like $2,000. And 2 weeks later, I was living in my car on Hollywood Boulevard, homeless, and with no money, getting offers to do porn and solo videos. You know, it was really, Hollywood was a very salty, well, it's worse now, but it was very salty back then. And one thing led to another, and I offered to sweep the floors in a special effects makeup shop called Magical Media Industries, owned by John Beekler, who did Troll, Reanimator, so many.
I love Troll.
Years later, he directed me in Friday the 13th, which is mind-blowing.
Wow.
But after sweeping the floors there for about 3 or 4 weeks, and working 3 times harder than he expected me to, which is the one thing I took away from my folks that I think helped me in life, was just hustle, eyes to the ground, nobody cares what you think, kick ass and be quiet. And I did, and it worked, because then when I couldn't afford to work there, obviously I had to go get a real job. He wouldn't let me leave. So he gave me this little job that was $600 a week, and in the 80s, that was a lot of money. And then one thing led to another, and I started working in Rome for the owner of the company that did Baby Oopsie. Full Moon features a man by the name of Charles Band. He owned in Rome. I lived in Rome for 5 years working at Charlie's movie studio.
Wow.
We did movies like Troll, Dolls, Robo-Jocks, so many genre films. It's when the VHS tape market was exploding. So we just never stopped working.
VCR tapes, yeah.
It was a great time to be both an actor and a. At the time, I was just a set person, a schlepper. I would do anything. And Charlie got to know me, asked me what I really wanted to do. I told him I wanted to be an actor, and he started putting me in his movies. And from there, I didn't even know how to act. So from there, I learned eventually how to act. And then I stopped doing special effects altogether and just acted for about 13 or 14 years.
No, we know. I know, but everybody don't know. Tell them the big ones we know that you were in.
So the weird thing about me was I had this sort of boring boy next door face. So I became the boy next door, the boy next door in so many genre films. Friday the 13th Part 7, the remake of Night of the Living Dead, by George Clooney, George Romero, and Tom Savini. I did the Nightmare on Elm Street TV series.
Oh, okay.
I was in Ghoulies 2, another film that Charlie did. And I was in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. So I've been killed by all of the major serial killers except for Michael Myers. And I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Since they make one of these Michael Myers movies every 3 months, eventually it seems like that I'll get a turn. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
I would do it.
I would love that.
And then I would have I should win a frozen turkey.
I might get a job.
Yeah. I should win a frozen turkey if I get killed by all of them.
I might get a job. On that set.
Oh, really?
I'm talking about with you.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Are you kidding me? After all you did for us.
So you just had another hit. You can talk about Baby Uzi, the first series.
Yeah.
We'll go there.
Okay.
Filming that, how difficult was it?
The first Baby Oopsie?
Yes.
Well, I didn't want to do it to begin with. Charlie has, as all of you have seen, is a very, very, very charming, soul
Charlie,
stealing
that's
man.
the owner of
Yeah,
Full Moon.
I started working for him when I was 17 years old. So
Okay.
he has given me a very good life. I've been around the world 3 times working for him. I've been to Spain, I've been to Romania, I've been to Italy.
Right.
Now we're in Cleveland, which is just so much fun and just such great crews here, great actors here. But he had invited me to dinner. He said, I bought this house in Cleveland. I'm going to turn it into a little mini movie studio.
Okay.
And I want you to do Baby Oopsie. And I said, absolutely not. Like, I'm trying to steer clear of kooky stuff. I want to do more drama stuff, family drama. And I don't mind doing a horror film, but Baby Oopsie ain't it.
Right.
So he's like, you can literally do anything you want with it. And you don't ever hear that as a filmmaker, as a storyteller.
From a producer. From an executive.
Okay. Charlie Band, when he grows to trust you, will write you the check. It's a small check, but he'll write you the check and say, I'll see you at the screening. And it is just so liberating and freeing to work with people that you love, you collectively come up with ideas. And I said, okay, I want Libby Higgins to be the star of it. He didn't know who she was at the time. No, he did know who she was because she had made a cameo in this thing he did called Ouija's.
Okay.
I was like, she's very popular. She's super funny, and no one's figured out that she's a really great actress yet. And he let me do it, which is unheard of, with no audition or anything. And of course, she murdered it.
Right.
And so that combined with the fact that when I worked on Ghoulies 2 for Charlie in 1982 or whatever, there was a guy by the name of John Criswell that helped build all the little ghoulies, which are the monsters that come out of the toilet.
Right.
Silly. But that guy, John Criswell, is now the head of Henson Mechanics.
Okay.
So he builds all the insides of the Muppets. Some of them are not actually hand puppets. Some of them are radio controlled.
Oh.
And he does all that. He does everything, but he does that also. Wow. So I went to Criswell and just basically begged and was like, can you make us a really, really good Baby Oopsie? And so Libby, combined with the state-of-the-art technology of a radio-controlled puppet and this location, which we stay at and we film at, it started to turn into something. And again, the team that we work with, Charlie trusts me and I trust them. Like this afternoon, for instance, I took a nap while some of my crew shot a funny little thing that doesn't require too much emotional heavy lifting. I'm always there for anything that's emotional or storyline wise. But gags, my crew is so good that they can go off and do stuff on their own. It's like the greatest feeling ever. Believe me, it's just I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky to be doing this. I'm not rich from it, but I'm very rich in experience.
How long have you been in the business?
I've been in the business for 35 years. And I wrote a book about it, which I hope everyone will buy.
What? Yeah.
Tawdry Tales and Confessions from Horror's Boy Next Door. It was a bestseller. It's available on Amazon Books. And if you're interested in knowing...
it'll be in the description. So.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
If you're interested in... Sorry for the hard sell, but I'm so proud of this book. I can't even tell you.
No, it'll be a link. It'll be a link to it.
You'll be... Not very many people... I'm sort of middle shelf known in show business and by people. A lot of people don't know who I am, but they always think they went to high school with me or that But anyway, if you want to know the truth about what it's like to work in this sort of moderately budget films, I told raw, ugly truth in there, and I'm so proud of it because it turned it into a popular book.
Because a lot of people want to know the no.
Mm-hmm.
They're into the what is the real.
Right. And
forget all this flash and pizzazz.
No. And the people that are
tell me the raw understanding because I'm coming from the bottom. So tell me what the middle of the bottom is about.
Right. And believe me, you'll know. The people that originally came to me to ask me to write a book was Alamo Drafthouse. And I think their idea of the book was they just wanted to know about Tom Savini and George Romero, and they wanted to know. They didn't really want like a People magazine, And I was like, I just can't. I've had more weird experiences than I've
They
had.
wanted, yeah, they wanted,
Yeah.
yeah. I get it, I
So
get it.
they went out of business during COVID, and which sucked because I lost my book deal. And literally on the same day that I lost my book deal, another publisher called me out of the blue and picked my book up. It was like the weirdest thing.
But you got to remember, these people know each other. They sit around,
Yeah.
they have dinner, and he might
Yeah.
spill something that.
You're probably right. We're going out of business. Go after Billy Butler.
Right.
Yeah, you are probably right. You are probably right.
How did you pick your cast?
For this particular show?
For Baby Uzi 1 through
Well,
2.
like I said, I didn't want to do it unless I made it spectacularly interesting and original. And I wanted to tell a story, even if it's a horror film, with normal everyday people. I did not want to have the blonde girl with the big boobs, which we end up having in some capacity because there is that need that niche for this sort of genre. But I wanted really really interesting people, so I went after Libby. And then once I got Libby, then I was a huge fan of Justina, who plays Ray Ray. And I can't even really remember. I think I asked Libby first, do you think maybe he would do this if we? She said she might. And then I looked Justina up. Some people know Justina as Justin. Some people know as Justina. We're in the middle of a redesignation, which I'm all for, and oftentimes forget. As a person on the wrong side of 50, I oftentimes forget this pronoun world, but I'm getting better at it. I'm an old codger. It's a little hard to get my head around. But anyway, and then I talked to Justina, and we talked on Zoom, and there's just no one more hardworking and sensitive. I'm fascinated by her. Fascinated. Because you never met a person that's so optimistic and so hardworking and so unique, that it's just such an honor to be one of the first people to come up with a larger part. She's done tons of things already, and certainly I am in no way responsible for the. If anything, I'm surfing in on her popularity, but just really, really happy to have those two. And then we got all these great local Cleveland actors. Just there's so much talent here. It's Charlie's. His intuition is always spot on, and he was right about this place. It's really having a place that we live in and that we film in and finding talent. The crew is really good, and the crew is very understanding that I have, sometimes 7, 8 people on my crew because we can't afford anything else. But collectively, because everyone's so good and experienced, it comes out. You'd never know that we don't have any money,
Right.
And I'm really proud of. And that for me, this is like filmmaking boot camp. You get miles. You get better in life by doing things, and you get miles on your odometer by working on the front lines. And there is no other front line as heavy duty.
I'm definitely learning a lot.
Yeah.
So that's what y'all pay me with.
I learn every day. If I could just learn to quit being such a cantankerous old grouch on set. I say it every morning. I leave that guest house. All right, don't blow your stack. Don't blow your stack. And then 11 o'clock.
But somebody got to.